Tell me ma, I definitely will be home for tea. In fact, I'll probably cook it myself because I'll be home that soon. Cambridge match review. Welcome back to another video on the channel, Newcastle fans. If you've clicked on this through YouTube, which of course you have, you were probably hoping for a rant. I'm not going to rant. I'm not going to sit here and get irate and point and scream and F and blind about that performance today in the FA Cup, because there's lots of other people on YouTube doing that tonight. And to be quite honest with you, I just want to enjoy my weekend. So I'm going to talk about the game, try not to get too downbeat. I think we all feel a bit like that tonight, and just review the game and talk about everything moving forward for us as a football club. To sum up, that wasn't good enough. It just wasn't good enough. Going into the game, I was very surprised. I looked at the starting lineup travelling into St James's today. All the big hitters were in there. I was gobsmacked. Dubravka was in. You normally give the other goalkeepers a run out in the early rounds of the cup. Defence was quite strong. I was happy to see Trippier start because I thought, right, give him a taste for St James's Park, give him a taste before that big Watford game next week. Nice reception from the crowd, keep him playing, keep him fit. So that was nice to see. Shelvey was in, Joelinton, Maximin, which I was very surprised to see. And I was like, right, tasty. I see what Eddie Howe's thinking here. Keep the core players playing. If we get a convincing result against Cambridge, that'll keep a nice bit of momentum going into the Watford game. I think that was his logic. I could be wrong on that, but that's what his thought process was, because most teams do go a bit weaker in these games. And it just wasn't good enough. It was fucking shite, if I'm being honest. I said I wasn't going to F and blind. There we go, I've already done it. We lacked everything from start to finish. And if anyone didn't watch the game today, Newcastle fans, you might look at the stats, and I've seen the stats. It says we had 20 shots on goal. Cambridge only had 7. It looks like we might have absolutely battered them and been unlucky not to pick up a result. Bollocks. I'm going to tell you now, as someone who had to sit through that today in that stadium, bollocks. We were awful. Their goalkeeper played well, admittedly. He was very brave. He was collecting every cross. Great at time wasting, as you'd imagine. And he made a couple of good saves. But we didn't create many chances. We didn't hit the post. We didn't hit the crossbar. Their keeper didn't make any outstanding saves. A lot of the shots were at him. It was just terrible. So don't let the stats mislead you into think we played well this afternoon. We lacked everything. I think we were very static. I've been very critical of John Joe Shelvey. For a while, he's been better under Eddie Howe, and I felt a bit sorry for John Joe Shelvey today because he looked one of our most composed players. And every time he got the ball, everybody in front of him, Joelinton, Maximin, Fraser, everyone, Murphy, there was just no movement. There was no movement off the ball. And I think against a team like Cambridge United, if you're making pacey runs and clever movement, they can't cope with it. Because don't forget, we had Murphy fast as fuck, Maximin fast as fuck, Fraser fast as fuck. You know, we had players out there who could have really hurt Cambridge in certain areas, and we didn't utilise that at all. And all the second half consisted of was cross after cross after cross after cross. It was boring, and we didn't have a striker on the field, so there was nobody in the box to do anything with the crosses that were coming in. And if you're a League One team, and I know plenty of Sunderland fans who've educated me on this, because we've never been down there, I know that down there in League One, you don't see glamorous football, you don't see smart and clever play every week, you see aggressive balls into the box. So if I was the Cambridge United manager today, and the fans and the players, I'd be like, right, let's hope that Newcastle get to the point where they have to just batter us with crosses, because that's what they thrive on. And Cambridge United, to be fair to them, and I say well done to any Cambridge fan that might happen to be watching this, you deserve the win because you wanted it more. Cracking day out for your lot, and best of luck for the rest of the season, because, it was a great result for them. They thrived off it. They thrived off them crosses going into the box. They were whacking each other on the back. They were congratulating each other. And the fact that we couldn't create anything centrally to really pick them off was awful, because you've got players like St Maximin, who the Cambridge players must have been shitting their pants when they saw the Newcastle starting line. Maximin could unlock anyone on his day, unlock any defence, and he was awful. So that's going to lead me on to individual performances. Maximin for me today, not good enough. I had a couple of blokes behind me calling Maximin today, saying he was worse than shite and he's generally shite. You know, I don't buy into that. He's still one of our better players, no matter what you say and what you think of his performances lately. But lately, he needs to figure out his decision-making. We are in a relegation fight where him making that right decision with a pass or whether to take on fucking 6 players could be the difference between us scoring a goal, creating a chance, or losing the ball and it coming up the other end. And Maximin today, against poor opposition, was not good enough. His decision-making. Sometimes you just wanted him to pass it quicker. You just wanted him to cross it faster. So he needs to book his ideas up. I think he thinks he's a little bit, just based off his social media, I think he thinks he's a little bit untouchable. You can guarantee when St. Maximin plays, there's always a video that he shares on his own Instagram of his performance. I like the kid. His banter on Twitter is great, but he needs to sort himself out. Trippier, well, the new lad was in. Great to see him in there. He didn't play great. He didn't play badly for me. He was always wanting to get forward, which will be great to see as we go through the season. Wasn't really put on corners or free kicks, which I was surprised at because of his set-piece reputation, how good we know he is with set-pieces. That might be something we look at moving forward. Second half, he gave away a couple of daft fouls. One that was just needless in the corner, and I think we're going to see that aggression from him. I think today he was pissed off. Probably because, would you not be pissed off if you just swapped Champions League and La Liga titles in Madrid for a defeat from Cambridge United in the FA Cup in cold Newcastle? God knows what he said to his missus when he got in for a glass of wine tonight. Should we pack our bags? I think might have been one of the first things he said. But hey ho, he's here now. So he's going to have to book his ideas up and pull his socks up. So he didn't play badly, didn't play great. I don't think there was any individual awful performances. Maximin, for me, just stood out as being pretty shit. Joe Linton was quieter today. Our defence wasn't troubled. Like, Cambridge didn't create lots of chances. They didn't. And there was a bit of an offside, dubious offside. I think I was waiting, God, what must have felt 10 minutes for their goal to be given. So I haven't watched that back yet. I've heard it's debatable, which is why they looked at it for so long. So maybe they got lucky. But you Cambridge United, if you're going to beat a Premier League team, you need that bit of luck. So there was no awful performances stand out for me. They were collectively bad as a group. No ideas. Cambridge wanted it more. Clueless in the final third. No striker on the field to mop up any crosses. And just on that note, God, if anyone watched the game today, if that doesn't tell you how much we need a striker in this window. If we don't sign a striker, I think we're down. That's fair for me. It's a big statement, I know, but I totally think we are now. Players that came on, I didn't agree with Eddie Howe's decisions today. Joe Willock, for me, needs to be nowhere near a Newcastle shirt in this relegation fight. He's not up for it. Again, I've said it loads of times now. He is not up for it. He was poor when he came on. Didn't want the ball. Not bursting along to get in the box for them crosses coming in. I don't want him in field. And I know Hayden's out, so we lacking as someone. Let's hope some money gets spent because I don't want him anywhere near the team. And Miguel Almiron. I'm at the end of my tether with the lad. He's got a smile on his face. I'm sure he's a lovely kid. He never stops running. But if anyone watching this can tell me that Miguel Almiron offers us attack and quality, I would invite you to my house personally. We can sit and do a video together, your argument against mine, and we'll see how that goes. Because for me, he was up against his level today, quality-wise, attacking-wise. And again, him and Almiron and Willock coming on as substitutes, I thought, how got it wrong? I would have left Murphy on. He was always wanting to run at his man, always likes to get a shot off. So that was a poor decision in my eyes. So I didn't agree with that when them two came on. No good performances to talk of today. I'm not going to say anyone was very, very good. Anyone was really, it was just one of them bleh. That's all I can describe. That's the polite way. Obviously, I could describe it as shite as well, but just bleh. And wow, if I can take anything away from today's game, first and foremost, if those owners were watching in the stadium today, and I'm sure they were, because I've heard that they went in the dressing room, which I'll talk about in a second, that was the biggest indication for me today that we need to spend even more money than what the owners were planning on spending. Trickers through the door. We're getting linked with 30 and 35 million pound defenders. Get them in. But I think watching that, they'll have thought, shit, if this is how bad almost our first team is going to be playing against Cambridge United, maybe we need to go that little bit further in the transfer window to make sure we can at least give ourselves the best chance of staying up. Because that's all I thought watching the game today. And I think I speak for 45,000 fans that are in St James's Park of black and white colour when I say that as well. So that's the first thing for me. The only positive that might come is we spend even more money in this window. The other side to that, other positive, is that there's no more fixtures now. There is only one goal in sight, which is try and stay up. You know, a cup game, a cup run can come with injuries. It can come with a fixture pile-up, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, back to Saturday, rotating the team. So that's the only other thing. We've got one thing to focus on now, and that Watford game on Saturday is fucking monumentally huge. It is huge, and let's hope we've got another defender through the door for that game. I'd love a striker through the door for that game, because I don't know who's going to play that position. Gale wasn't in today, so you assume he's going out. But yeah, generally today we just weren't good enough, and I'm a Newcastle fan. I've seen it all before. Third round of the cup, getting beat by someone in the lower leagues. This is nothing new for me, and that's a little bit. It's almost sad that I'm not ranting at the camera right now, like a lot of YouTube channels might be, because I think I'm at the point now where I'm used to it, and we all are. This mediocrity in the cup games, in performances, games that you'd expect a comfortable win in, to be as bad as we were today. It's been like this for so long. And one thing I said as I walked out the stadium today, to end on a bit of a positive, is let's just hope if we can stay up under this new Saudi regime that is the last time we have to watch these kind of awful cup performances. Because we could start to turn a corner if we stay up and we spend even more money in the summer. All massive ifs and buts, but let's just hope that these kind of performances are slowly getting behind us. If you're new to the channel, Newcastle fans, and maybe you've liked what you've seen, you haven't liked what you've seen, I'm not too bothered on that one, but make sure you click like, drop us a subscribe, get us on Facebook and Instagram under Black and White Banter. It would mean the world to us, because I love, although I might not see it right now because I've just watched us get fucking beaten by Cambridge United, I might not look full of the joys of Springs, but my Facebook and Instagram is booting off at the moment, and I'd love it if you could click the like and click subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll be touching down probably for a transfer video in the next 24 hours, 48 hours with everything that's going on. Our attentions will turn to that, and a Watford match preview. And I hope, Newcastle fans, you can enjoy the rest of your weekend to a degree. Just try and avoid any FA Cup highlights, and let's just put that FA Cup potential Wembley visit behind us and hope for another year. Thanks for watching.